Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about what if the worldly people in Noah times tried to build their own ark. And this is a spiritual story time. So let's let's get into it. Like, what if the worldly people in the Noah times, right? They was like, bro, you know what? We just gonna build our own ark, bro. We don't need to get on Noah's ark. We don't need Noah's ark. Let's build our own ark. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them ain't even, bro. They wasn't even messing with the ark. They thought it was a game. So what if they was like, bro, we gonna let Noah build his ark and we gonna build our own ark. So when the flood comes, we could see how we gonna survive on our own ark. See, let me tell you the secret about this, right? God told Noah to build an ark, right? God gave Noah the instructions and this and that on the ark and this and that, right? Let's say if the worldly people in Noah times was like, wait, we're gonna build our own ark. So they would have tried to build their own ark. They ain't even gonna get it right because God gave Noah the right stuff. So Noah's ark is always gonna be superior to their ark. And then this is where worldly people really just don't get it, bruh. Let's say somehow you was to build the same exact ark, the whole measurements, everything. Let's say somehow, bro. Let's say the worldly people was able to pull it off and build the same exact ark. They got all the ingredients and all the circumferences and saying all them, bro. Let's say they got all them square roots and all that. Let's say they really built the same exact ark. They got the measurements. They built the same exact ark. Let's say the worldly people try to build their own ark. They built the same exact ark. Perfect. It looked like a perfect from the outside in. It looked like you can't even tell the difference between the two. Let me tell you something. This is something worldly people would never understand. Majority of worldly people, bro, they would never understand this. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them, bro. Majority of them, they just won't get it. But look, the flood comes. When the flood comes, bro, Noah's ark is the one that's going to stay. Because Noah's ark has a different power to it. It has a different spiritual anointing to it, bro. It was done out of obedience to God, bro. Like, Noah's ark is different. On the physical realm, the worldly people may think like, oh, we got our own ark, bro. We cool, man. It's the same thing. These people is blind. They can't see. Spiritually, you got to look into the spirit realm. In the spirit realm, Noah's ark has all types of anointing to it. It has all types of power to it, favor. It has God's power to it. It has God's favor to it. All types of different things. So these worldly people will never understand. And this is why a lot of times you be seeing some of these worldly people trying to imitate the things of God just to fail miserably. Miserably. You know what I'm saying? Let's say worldly people in these times today, in this generation, let's say the worldly people came together. All the scientists, all everybody came together. They be like, hey, we about to split the Red Sea for ourselves. They're going to need all these generators, all these extra power, all these wind, all this extra stuff. Try to imitate God's miracle. You know how many generators you're going to need and all type of air fans and all these pressure washers and fans, all this extra machinery just to split the Red Sea? Just to fail miserably again? God's power is something you can't play with, bro. It don't matter if you try to imitate a miracle that God did and you have the same exact identical item. Your item is not built like that, bro. Let's take it back to Moses' staff. You know what I'm saying? When Pharaoh and them was like, hey, bro, your staff turned into a snake. And then Pharaoh had his sorcerers and wizards and all them try to turn they staffs into a snake too. And what happened? Moses' staff, which turned into a snake, destroyed they staffs, bro. You get what I'm saying? It because God's miracles is a classic, bro. You can't replicate. God's miracles is a classic. You cannot replicate, bro. You cannot create your own Noah's Ark and be like, oh, it's going to stand the same as Noah's Ark. It don't matter if it look exactly the same material, everything. Noah's Ark had the favor of God, bro. It had like spiritual blessings from God, spiritual power from God. Yours doesn't. Yours is the one going to sink. Yours the ones that's going to sink. And whoever's idea it was to build their own ark out of all them worldly people, hey, you're going to be responsible for getting all them people killed and X'd out, bro. Because you playing too much. You get what I'm saying? Trying to imitate God's miracles. You know how many generators and all type of pressure pushers it would take for them to try to split the Red Sea by themselves? These scientists came together and all these nations came together. Hey, bro, it's going to take nations to come up with all these leaf blowers and stuff, trying to split the Red Sea, trying to imitate God's miracle. Oh, please, bro, it would take like all type of leaf blowers and all type of stuff. And then look, when people look, you ain't going to pull it off. But let's say you somehow, benefit of a doubt, let's say you just try to pull it off somehow. It ain't going to look as clean, bro. It ain't going to look as clean as God's miracle. People going to be like, hey, bro, that look like the bootleg version of the Red Sea. Man, that don't look right. That look like one of those Tyler Perry animations or something, bro. Like that don't look like that look bootleg, bro. That don't look right. That don't look right, bro. Man, that your stuff look like Photoshop. It don't look real, bro. It's trash. You got all these machinery, all this stuff. Oh, they're gonna try to hide it with CGI. Man, look, it's trash. We see it's trash. Everybody sees. Man, you know how when Moses split the Red Sea, you know how God's power did that so gracefully, bro? Man, God's power split the Red Sea so gracefully, bro. Man, when these people try to imitate the Red Sea splitting, they stuff gonna be looking all mechanical and, man, this stuff gonna be looking trash. God split the Red Sea so gracefully, it looked like the water was just listening to God's voice or something, bro. It looked like the water was listening to God's voice or something. Like, hey, God split the Red Sea so gracefully, bro. The water was like almost singing. The water was hitting like high notes, all type of stuff, bro. Man, the birds was saying, what's up, hello. The people was looking up to the way that was made through the Red Sea. The people was looking at the water standing. Man, the water was standing on business. Everything was standing on business. God then split the Red Sea so gracefully, so meticulously. Man, God split the Red Sea with finesse, bro. God just added some touch of divine sauce to that, bro. Like, what? This stuff look immaculate. Yeah, these people, these scientists trying to imitate the miracle. It's gonna look trash, bootleg, trash, everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, that water was just chilling, bro, in the background. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when you lean against the wall and you put one foot down and then one foot you put it on the wall and then you cross your hands. Y'all know what I'm saying. Your back against the wall, one foot out. You know what I'm saying? Another foot is folded like, you know what I'm saying, on the wall, and then like you crossing your hands, you chilling. That's what the water was doing when God split the Red Sea. Hey, that water was just chilling for real, man. Man, that water was not worried about nothing. That water was worried about nothing, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You cannot replicate and duplicate God's miracles, bro. That water was not worried about nothing. Let's say some dudes with some would try to walk on water like Jesus. Please don't even get me started. First of all, you ain't even got no. I mean, man, please, it's trash. Let's say these dudes trying to walk on water like Jesus. Let's say somehow somebody who had demonic powers somehow try to walk on water or something. Let's say like the Antichrist or something try to walk on water, right? Man, it ain't gonna look the same when Jesus walked on water. Please, bro. Man, Jesus walked on water like Jesus, like the best model of all time, bro. You know these models out here be walking on runways and stuff, in heels and all this stuff. These models be modeling for all these satanic brands, most likely, and they walking on these runways and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when Jesus was walking on water, bro, man, he was walking with so much power, so much authority. Man, the water was just like, hey, bro, don't even mess with him for real, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, bro, the water was not trying to mess with him, bro. Hey, Jesus was walking with so much style, bro, so much confidence, so much power. Hey, Jesus was the first model of all time. He was the first model, bro. All these models, all these male models, they don't even compare, bro. Like Jesus, man, Jesus walking on. Yo, my message had cut off, so I'm about to continue from where I left off. I was talking about Jesus was walking on water with so much precision. So, I mean, I guess I could give you like an example, like a worldly example. Let's say like Zendaya, right? Let's look at Zendaya like, you know, like when Zendaya is rocking like a certain dress. Let's say like other models would try to wear the same dresses like Zendaya, or you know what I'm saying? And they not gonna look the same. It's not gonna hit in all these different other models. But when Zendaya wear it, it's like it's hidden. But when other women wear it, it's not hidden. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the same effect when it comes to like the miracles of God, bro. The miracles of God is like, it's the miracles within themselves. They carry like a classic essence to them. They are like a classic. The miracles of God is a classic, cannot be replicated. It's one of those things to whereas God is a storyteller. God will build up the story, build up the anticipation. The miracle happens. It will never be replicated again. You know what I'm saying? Let's say these scientists will try to split the Red Sea by themselves, or like these worldly people come together with all these probably like billions and billions of dollars. Hey, you know how much money it will try to take these people to try to split the Red Sea? Just to try and fail. It would be like a project of billions of dollars in equipment, you know what I'm saying? But look though, this is where God is always steps ahead. God is always steps ahead. Because look, now they trying to come up with all these machines and all this stuff to push the water up and this and that, right? But look though, you're missing one key concept. You're missing something very significant here. The story, bro. The anticipation and the build-up to the miracle. God's build-up and God's anticipation. God is a storyteller. God's build-up and God's anticipation is way better than yours. So even if, let's say you somehow do push the water up, I'm just giving you like a bonus point. Your story is trash. It's trash. Because when the people looking at the story behind what led up to the miracle, or behind what led up to you trying to imitate the miracle, they looking at, oh, they carrying truckloads of machinery, carrying bulky equipments and engines and all type of leaf blowers, whistles and all type of chakras. That's what they doing. The whole movie, they just lifting heavy equipment. What type of story is this? It's terrible. But when you look at God's story that built up to the miracle, man, God done sent 10 plagues to Egypt. God done turned water into blood. Man, yo, God is a storyteller to the maximum degree. So these people lose, not only in trying to replicate the miracle of splitting the Red Sea and failing miserably, they lose because the storytelling that led up to it will automatically be trash. Every single way. There is no way that you could top the 10 plagues of Egypt. And then look, the story will be trash is because God was doing these miracles in real life. This is no movie CGI. This is real life. He was doing miracles in real life, man. Frogs, sending frogs and locusts and all type. These people ain't even got no frogs to that magnitude. Man, these people can't do this stuff. Hey, bro. Sometimes you just gotta admit, bro, you can't do stuff. Leave that stuff to God, bro. You can't do this stuff for real. God do this stuff for real. God built up the anticipation, the story, the pillar of fire to give the Israelites and them more time to get to the Red Sea. And then like, man, look at the anticipation. Look at the storytelling. Look at the storytelling, bro. Like, it's immaculate. Look at the storytelling that led to Jesus walking on water. Look at the storytelling, bro. They was talking about a Messiah will arrive. And then years later, and now he's walking on water. Look at the storytelling. Even if a demonic man with some type of superpowers like the Antichrist try to walk on water, the storytelling is not immaculate. This stuff not gonna hit, bruh. It ain't gonna hit, bruh. It ain't gonna hit, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, Jesus' story is way more superior to the Antichrist story. And let me tell you something about the Antichrist. This dude, hey, he's like a evil version of the Messiah, right? So look, his story would never amount up to the Messiah's story. The Antichrist story would never amount up to Jesus' story. It will never, like, it just don't have the same hit, bruh. You like a copycat, bro. Your story mode is a copycat mode, bruh. You in copycat mode, bruh, trying to do miracles, bruh. It don't hit you. You the shadows. You in the shadows copycatting. It would never hit, bruh. I'm trying to tell you. But anyways, going back to the Noah's Ark, man, example, like, look, like, them worldly people would try to build their own ark, it's gonna sink. When the flood come, they all gone. They gone, bruh. They dead, bruh. They boat, they Noah's Ark or whatever, bro. It don't have the anointing, bro. Like, it wouldn't even be called Noah's Ark. They ark would be called the bootleg ark, man. It ain't gonna have the protection of God. It ain't gonna have the seals of God and the angels of God watching over it and all. It's trash. You know, it's gonna be trash in every way you put it. But this was just like a fun story time to kind of show you how the miracles of God cannot be replicated. The storyline cannot be replicated. Like, don't matter who tried to do the miracle, it will never look the same. That's why I gave y'all like that worldly example of like Zendaya, bro. I gave y'all that example of when she rocking certain clothing and dresses, and then other models try it on and they stuff don't hit like how her stuff be hitting when they wear it. So it's like, it's just a thing, bro. Like, it's a thing. And everybody who has eyes, bro, they're gonna be able to see. It's just a thing, bro. It's a thing. You ain't teaching in calculus class and trigonometry class. It's just a thing. If you know the thing, then you know the thing. You can't replicate the things, and you know, this is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's basically everything that I wanted to say, bro. Yeah, man, like, a lot of these worldly people would never get it. Some people be trying to just scientificify. They be just trying to scientifically break down the power of God. This is what's wrong with a lot of these scientists and a lot of these people who be exploring things. They be just trying to break down and understand the power of God, bro. Like, doesn't the Bible just tell you have faith, bro? Like, why are they trying to dissect the power of God into atoms and microscopic extra? You know what I'm saying? What they doing, bro? Like, just all you gotta do is just have faith. So even the kids have more common sense than you. Even the kids who have faith in God, bro, they have more common sense than you, that you can't really put the power of God under like a. You can't dissect the power of God like a frog in the lab. Some of these scientists done lost their mind, bro. Some of them be trying to dissect the power of God like it's a frog. The audacity, the disrespect, bro. These people don't even fear God, bro. Man, I would never try to dissect God's power like a frog, bro. Hey, bro, that's some scary stuff these people be doing. Like, these people have zero fear of God, bro. But hey, bro, that's just basically everything that I wanted to say, bro. Peace.